Did you know that approximately 550,000 businesses open every single month? Sadly, over 80% of those businesses fail within the first 18 months. And it's not because the people didn't try hard enough. It's not because they didn't really want it bad enough. It's literally because a lot of times people don't know what it takes to actually have a successful and profitable business. A lot of times what I see when I'm meeting new clients and talking to people that aspire to get their business off the ground is they end up actually having expensive hobbies and not really what we would classify as businesses. Here are some signs that you have an expensive hobby and not a profitable business. First things first, you're exchanging time for money. You have to remember, if you're exchanging time for money, you're always going to be exchanging time for money. And as long as you show up, you'll make money. And as long as you don't show up, you won't. So in the long run, is that something that you can scale? Are you going to ever be able to go on vacation or sleep in or anything like that? Likely not. A second way to know if you have an expensive hobby versus a business is that if you're exhausted giving to your business because you're giving so much all the time and you're exhausted before you even begin. A third way to know if you have an expensive hobby versus a business is that you spend more than you bring in. So you could simply just look at the receipts, see what you spend, see what you bring in, and the answer is right there. Finally, the last way to know if you have an expensive hobby versus a business is if you have no help, right? Maybe you've decided that you don't think you need help, or you don't even know how to ask for help, but everything's falling on you. And so you're taking over things that you might not even be passionate or qualified to do. All in all, if you have an expensive hobby versus a business, it's going to make it very difficult to continue to scale and grow your business. It's also going to make it near impossible for it to be successful. So today I want to talk about 3 mistakes that are preventing the success of you bringing income into your business by making sales. The first mistake that I see coaches make when they're moving into the domain of making their business profitable is that they don't tell people what it is that their offer is going to do for them. So a lot of times you have a catchy title for your service or for your package or for your course. You might even have a super amazing and no-brainer price. But if you're not letting people know exactly what it is this offer is going to do for them, why would they be inclined to take that next step? So tell them the name, tell them the price, but also let them know exactly what your offer is going to do for them, why it benefits them, and why they should take the next step. The second mistake that I see coaches make is that they make it difficult for people to take that next step. So they have an amazing offer, they tell you all about it, but then you got to jump through hoops to be able to get there. If I have to read a blog, click a link, then click another link, by then I'm going to be too exhausted. So make it simple. If you're thinking on like social media, if you're posting something, put the link in the comment, in the post. If it's Instagram, make it clear cut in your bio. Make sure that it's easy for people to be able to take that next step, because once you make them jump through too many hoops, they're just going to jump their way out and find somebody else who makes it easy to take that next step. Finally, the third thing preventing you from actually being able to bring in income into your coaching business is that you have a negative mindset, connotation, or belief as it relates to sales. I know me specifically, I dealt with this. I remember watching Matilda growing up, and her dad was that sleazy salesman. So every time I thought of sales, that's what would surface. That's what would come up in my mind. But what I had to do is I had to redefine what sales were going to look like for me within my business. The truth is, some people are focused only on the income and only on getting that sale. But I'm a firm believer that when you focus on impact, the income will naturally come. Also, if you understand that selling from the soul is actually a service, then you reframe your beliefs and the way in which you approach sales moving forward. Think about it. If you read a super amazing book and you could not wait to tell your friend about it, you call your best friend up and you're like, girl, I have to tell you about this super dope movie I watched or this super amazing book that I just read. You got to check it out. That's actually selling in of itself, because you feel so inclined to share. You feel so called to share, to be able to support that person. It's the same thing when you're using it for your own services, packages, coaching programs, and the like. Stop trying to put a negative connotation on it, because then it'll be difficult to sell from that place. But when you understand that you're actually serving people and you're called to show up and share, then it makes it easier to be able to take that next step and to be able to commit to making sales. Here's the thing. Creating a profitable coaching business doesn't need to be complex. It doesn't need to be challenging. In fact, it can be quite fun to be able to share your voice and your gifts and your genius with the world. Here's the thing. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you're done trying to force sales and connections, and you're ready to increase your income and your impact, I have just the thing for you. In my free 3-day profitable course challenge, I walk you through the process of increasing your magnetism and your success, and telling you the tools you need to be able to become a profitable coach without the overwhelm and making it exciting. So use the link below so that you can join us, and I look forward to seeing you there.